process of increasing in size. A feature that is both individual, intrinsic, and throughout nature.
This is going to be so interesting, you know.
This is the moment we have been waiting for.
I'm feeling it now.
What has come before is now consigned to the history books. This new decade brings new challenges, new rivals, falling giants, and new beginnings.
Bang, bang, bang! 3 shots to the heart.
Oh, at the back end! Oh no!
Those who are climbing will meet. Who will fall by the wayside, and who will embody growth.
There's still wheel to wheel!
That is unbelievable!
League of Europe, grow or fade.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the long-awaited Season 5 awards season, I suppose, for F1 for both PlayStation and for the PC side. Of course, my name is J. Cole. You guys may have heard me a couple of times. Probably bored of my voice as well, but, you know, I'm still here, so it is what it is. But alongside me tonight, I am joined by someone that you've probably also heard quite often, Mr. Gary Donegan,
Hello, hello.
and also joined by the T-Boy intern of the Relentless Car Mentalist.
Hello.
Good.
Oh,
Your
I
tea's
kinda
not great, I
had
have to say. It's quite I prefer Lewis's tea, to be honest.
Yeah, I think
I'm
I
a
think
lazy
Campbell can-
intern.
Yeah, Campbell's one just pips the tea, so we'll give him that
Yeah.
first award for tonight. But in all seriousness, as I said, this is the awards ceremony for season 5. We're going to be running through, I think it's about 18 awards or something like that in total. I could be completely wrong. There's definitely quite a lot of awards to go through for each division. So make sure you guys get comfy, grab yourself something to eat, maybe a drink of tea. I wouldn't recommend Car Mentalist's ones, but
Oh
grab
my
yourself a
God.
cup of tea and get yourself ready, because we are going to be running through a lot of these awards. And why not? We may as well just get straight into it. So with the first award we have coming up. So how we're going to be doing it this evening, we're going to be going through each of the divisions, of course, per award. So we'll be starting off with the PC division, and we'll work our way up through Division 5, Division 4, Division 3, Division 2, and Division 1. So we'll start off with the awards on the PC side, so you guys know who is going to be where. We start off with the most improved driver. Now, of course, unfortunately, Sven didn't get any votes, so sorry about that. But Exy ends up taking 14.3%, so ends up finishing second place with that. And Velo does take 85.7% of the votes, our Season 2 PC champ. So he is the most improved driver on the PC side. Moving over to the next award of the most consistent driver of the season. 3 nominees of Velo, Findeum or Miko, and myself. In third place is one of the 2 Finns. He has it in his name of Findeum with 14.3% of the votes. In second place is our Season 2 champ of Velo with 28.6% of the votes. I don't know how, but I've somehow managed to take the top of that, being the most consistent driver of the
This
season.
is like the Obama meme. You know when Obama's giving himself the medal? You know that meme? This is what this is right now.
Yeah,
This is the equivalent.
I can see a few of those now, but you know what? I'll take it. The most consistent driver of the season. You know, I'll happily take
Congrats,
that.
Jack. Well done.
Thank you, man.
Well
Thank
done.
you, thank you. Next up, we have got the best team duo on the PC side. I must admit, there was definitely quite a few ones that were difficult to pick out, but I feel like we've done it reasonable. In third place was Zaldama and V5 with 7.1% of the votes. In second place was Jake and Panther with 14.3% of the votes, which means the top duo on the PC side for Season 2 was Mercked and Kasu with 78.6% of the votes. So congrats to the both of those guys. Moving on over to the best race of the season. Once again, 3 nominations for that one of Austria, Great Britain, and Zandvoort. Tied actually in second place were both Britain and Zandvoort. So taking the top spot was the Austrian race that we did. Literally, the first race of the season was probably the best race of the season on the PC side. Moving over to the next award of Best One-Off Performance, we have once again got 3 nominations. Myself at Monaco, Sven at Austria, and KangoCon at Spain. And again, tied for second place was myself for Monaco and KangoCon for Spain. So Sven, despite you not getting any votes in the first award, you have managed to come off with an award. 42.9% of the votes went to Sven for his performance at Austria, and I will say that is very well deserved. Moving over to the best qualifier of the season, we have got Jake, Finn, and Merkt. And in second place, because we actually have 2 winners for this one, in second place is the Finn of Findeum. Came in, I think, with like 6 races left to go this season and was pretty much qualified at the top every time, but the best qualifier of the season does in fact go over to both Jake and Merkt, so big congratulations to both of those guys. Make sure you share your award very, very nicely. Don't want to see any scraps going on. For the biggest disappointment of the season, I'm sure a lot of people probably don't want this award, but unfortunately it's going to have to go to someone. In the 3 nominations for that are all Jake, Anchor, and Panther. In third place is Mr. Jake W. In second place was Season 1 champ of Mr. Anchor. And in first place was the Belgian of Mr. Black Panther with 50% of the votes. So I'm sure he probably won't be happy with that one, but
If you want to give that award to someone else, I think.
yeah, I'm sure he'll happily pass it on over to either his old teammate or Mr. Anchor. So who knows? But moving on over to the most overhyped driver of the season. It's quite sort of a lot of the same drivers, only because we've just got the one division. So the most overhyped drivers of the season nominees are myself, Merkt, and KangoCon. In third place is Merkt with 21.4% of the votes. Myself in second place with 35.7%. And at the top of 42.9% of the votes is the Frenchman of KangoCon. Again, I'm sure he'll happily pass that on over to one of us. But
I think you've been
unfortunately,
robbed there, Jack.
I think I should be there.
You've been robbed. You've been robbed of
I
that
think he did
award.
that on purpose. He did it on purpose just to make sure that he wasn't seeming too biased.
Yeah, I didn't want to get too many awards, so I thought I'd happily just sort of give them over to a few other people for tonight. So, yeah, of course, I don't know whether to say congratulations for Kango on that one, but congrats anyway.
Commiserations.
Yeah, I'll do, yes. Moving on over to the biggest surprise of the season. Once again, we have got Velo, Kasu, and Sven all as the nominees, and in third place with 14.3% of the votes is Sven. In second place in the votes is our Season 2 champ of Velo, and taking the top spot with half of the votes, 50% of them, is the Finn of Kasu. So he takes the biggest surprise of the season. Again, congratulations to him. Next award, we move over to the dirtiest driver of the season, the penultimate award, shall I say, for the PC side. Nominations, of course, are Inbounds Cupid, Ollie, and Sniper Owns. And in fact, no one voted for Ollie, so the Welshman, I suppose, got off unscathed with that one. But in second place, with 14.3% of the votes, is Sniper Owns. And in first place, with 85.7% of votes, goes to none other than Inbounds Cupid, who unfortunately is not in the league anymore. Well, I suppose it's fortunate for the majority of the people.
Quite fortunate.
Yeah. But I suppose it's not nice losing a driver, but I suppose if it was as bad as what he was, then I suppose it's nothing too sort of...
We'll send his award in the
bad.
post, don't worry.
That'll do, yeah. And then moving over to the final award for the PC side, we have got the best newcomer to the division. Of course, the 3 nominees being Findeum, Kasu, and KangoCon. In third place with 14.3% of the votes is the Frenchman of KangoCon. Second position, the first Finn of Kasu with 28.6% of the votes. And unsurprisingly, Mr. Findeum or Miko taking 57.1% of the votes for the best newcomer to the division. And again, I'd definitely say that is well deserved for the Finn. As I said, literally only drove 6 races and probably won about 4 of them, so fair play
Wow.
to him. Yeah, honestly, I can't wait to see what he does next season. Hopefully, he'll get a bit more feisty up front with a few of the other guys. But who wants to go ahead and take away the Division 5 awards, lads?
I'll gladly take us through Division 5. I just want to say a quick shout out to the PC guys. Congrats to everyone on the awards, and the PC took a great step forward this season, so I'm really looking forward to how it goes on to the next game, and hopefully can expand to 2 divisions. That would be great to see.
Fingers crossed.
But fingers crossed. But anyway, now moving on to Division 5, and of course go through the awards like we did with Jack for the PC side, and starting off with the most improved driver season. And like every other award, 3 nominations, and we'll start off with Passe, Slayer, and Jasper. And in third place, you have Jasper with 18.8% of the votes. In second, you got Ariel Passe with 31.3% of the votes. And a whopping 50% of the votes go to our Season 5 Division 5 champion, Slayer. So well done to Slayer on that one. Very much deserved. Huge improvement by him this season to take home the championship. Now, moving on to most consistent driver of the season. Again, Slayer has been voted. Then you have McDutchface, the runner-up for Season 5, and then Cloudy Cloud. We have a joint result for second place. We got both Cloudy Cloud and McDutchface on 25%. That means Slayer, once again, taking 50% of the votes, takes home the most consistent driver season. 2 for 2 so far for the champion. Now, moving on to the best team duo of the season. Nominations are Passe and MCR, Jasper and Cloudy Cloud, and Seven Dios and Flip Namsram. God, you gotta give me the hard name, boys, don't you? For God's sake. In third place, we have Seven Dios and Flip Namsram with 6.3% of the votes. In second, we have Jasper and Cloudy Cloud with 31.3%. And taking home the best team duo of the season, it is Passe and MCR with 62.5% of the votes. So no questions there. 2 great drivers, and it'll be interesting to see how they get on next season. Maybe in a higher division, who knows. Now, moving on to the best race of the season. The 3 nominations are Austria, Italy, and Japan. In third place, we have Austria with 18.8% of the votes. In second, we have Japan with 37.5%, and taking the best race of the season, it is Italy with 43.8% of the votes. We'll move on now to the best one-off performance of the season, and the nominations are SlumpCon at Italy, ST5 at Great Britain, and Flip Namsram at Russia. And in third place, we have Flip Namsram in Russia with 18.8% of the votes. In second, we have Slump_Con at Italy with 31.3% of the votes. And taking home the best one-off performance of the season goes to ST5W, or the ST5W, sorry, for Great Britain with 50% of the votes. So clear to see why he got that. I think that was his only win of the season, so obviously why he got that award. And we'll move on now to the next one, which is the best qualifier of the season. Our nominations are as follows: Passe, Slayer, and Ivor Bryn Mike. And in third place, it's the Welshman, Ivor Bryn Mike, with 18.8% of the votes. You won't be too happy with that. In second, you got Passe with 31.3%. And then you have the championship winner, Slayer, with 50% of the votes. He's made it 3 for 3 so far. He has every award he's been nominated for, he's won. So let's see how he gets on for the rest. Moving on then to biggest surprise of the season. The nominations are as follows: Passe again, Cloudy Cloud, and Slayer. In third place, we have Slayer. So he's not going to make it 4 for 4 with 18.8% of the votes. In second place, you have Passe with 37.5%. And with Cloudy with 43.8% of the votes. He had a really good season, definitely his best in League of Europe since he's been here, so no surprise for biggest surprise this season. Pun not intended. Moving on now. Moving on to the biggest disappointment of the season, and the nominations are Ira Mike, Seven Dios, and ST5. I keep saying W. Don't know why I keep saying W, but I do. Seven Dios got away with this one, so he got no votes. I think he'd be quite happy with that one. And in second place is ST5 with 12.5%, meaning with a whopping 87.5% of the votes, Ivor is the biggest disappointment of the season. And it's hard to disagree with that, considering he said he would be back in D4 after 5 races and didn't win a race all season.
I'm sure he'll take that with pride.
Sorry, Ivor, I haven't been able to give you slander for a while, so I had to deal with there. But moving on to the cleanest driver of the season. Yeah, we'll move on now. We have Slayer, of course, once again, back up here with another nomination. Then you got Ibo, can't forget about the GOAT, Ibo. And then Jasper. In third place, it is Jasper with 25% of the votes. And then we have a joint winner for this award. We both drivers, both Slayer and Ibo, taking on the award with 37.5% of the votes. I am sure Slayer won't mind giving Ibo this award, considering how many he's won already. So, congrats to both for being the cleanest drivers of the season. And we'll move on now to the dirtiest driver of the season. The nominations are Bellin, Riley, and Emperor. In third place is Riley with 6.3%. In second place, it is Emperor with 31.3%. And taking probably the least wanted award, it is Bellin with 62.5% of the vote. Of course, this is all just a bit of fun. Don't take it too serious for awards like this. But yes, Bellin does take this award. I think if you could put Bellin and Emperor together, they probably get 100% of the votes. I know a lot of people in D5 aren't happy with their driving. So congrats to, or maybe I shouldn't say congrats, but Bellin takes home the dirtiest driver of the season. And then we'll move on to the best newcomer to the division. We got Passe, MCR, and Slumcon. In third place, it is Slumcon with 6.3% of the votes. Then you have MCR with 12.5%, and taking home the best newcomer by a country mile, it is Passe with 81.3% of the votes. Well done to him. He had a great debut season. Be interesting to see how he gets on next season. And to finish it off, the biggest instigator for shit. Excuse my French. But there's only one man that could win this reward. Quite literally, because he was the only one that got voted. Congrats to Ivor on getting 100% of the votes for this one. Couldn't think of anyone else in D5 to who'd be more fitting for this award. So he deserves at least one award for this season. So he'll take home the biggest instigator for shit. So enjoy, Ivor. And that rounds off the Division 5 awards. I'm going to pass it over now to Carmentis, who will take us through the Division 4 awards.
Yeah, here we go then. For Division 4's awards, we're running through the same awards that we've just run through for Division 5. So we will start off with our most improved driver of the season, and our 3 nominees are United Bosnia, Heated, and Relentless Calvin. And in third place, with 15% of the vote, is Bosnia. Second place, with 40% of the vote, just behind our winner, is Calvin. And the winner of the vote for the most improved driver of the season is Heated. So congratulations to Heated for winning the first award for Division 4 by, I believe, 1 vote. So narrowly got there, but still well deserved for Heated. Next forward then is for the most consistent driver. We've got Forza Brendan, Goldie, and Jordan all up for nominations in this category. Unfortunately for Jordan, he didn't end up getting any votes, sadly. So Jordan will be in third by default, which means second place goes to Goldie with 30% of the vote and with 70% of the vote. A big win there for Forza Brendan, obviously his first season in Division 4 and the Division 4 champion as well. So congratulations to him for most consistent driver of the season. Move on to best team duo then, and we've got the AlphaTauris of Forza Brendan and Calvin. We've got Heated and Goldie, and we've got Ryan B and Jordan up for the nominations for the best team duo. In third place for the best team duo with 10% of the vote is Ryan B and Jordan. In second place is Heated and Goldie with 30% of the vote, and with 60% of the vote is Brendan and Calvin. I think fair to say, no surprise there. They were at the front of the championship for the entire season, so not shocked by that one. They did have a few scuffles as teammates, but we'll gloss over that. So we'll move on to the next vote, which is for the best race of the season. So the nominations for this one are Bahrain, Monza, and Zandvoort. And with only 5% of the vote, Zandvoort goes into third place in that one. And it was actually a close battle for the best race of the season. With 45% of the vote, Monza is in second place, and the winner of the best race of the season is Bahrain. And I think it's fair to say that Bahrain was chaotic, to say the least. I think Monza was equally chaotic as well, but Bahrain
They were
was...
great races to commentate over, can't lie.
I can imagine, yeah, obviously, Gary, our default commentator, that must have been a little bit stressful to commentate over those.
Just a little.
Just a little bit, but yeah, Bahrain takes the win then for the best race of the season with 50% of the vote. We'll move on to best one-off performance of the season, and our three nominees are Sam T for his win in the first rounds of the season at Austria, Major Falcon for his win, I believe, in Russia, and Alt Maverick for a podium finish in Canada. So with only 5% of the vote, in third place is Sam T for his win in Austria. Second place in this award goes to Alt Maverick for his podium finish at Canada, which means that Major Falcon takes the win for the best one-off performance of the season in Division 4 for his race victory at Russia. So congrats to Major Falcon. Moving on to best qualifier of the season, our three nominees are Calvin, Brendan, and Sam T. Sam T, again in third place, unfortunately, in this award with only 5% of the vote. Forza Brendan, with 15% of the vote, takes second place in this award, and with a whopping 80% of the votes, Calvin takes the cake for the best qualifier of the season. Again, no surprise there, I would say he was on pole. I lost count how many times Calvin was on pole.
A lot.
A lot of times. Yeah, definitely a lot of times. But yeah, he takes the award for best qualifier of the season. Okay, moving on to biggest surprise of the season. So our three nominees are Brendan, Goldie, and Harry Nowag. So we're going to go through, and in third place with 25% of the vote is Harry Nowag. I think Harry Nowag may have been nominated because it wasn't maybe the best season for him, unfortunately. So I think it's some sort of consolidation that he is third in this award. He's just behind our second place finisher of Brendan, who gets 30% of the vote. And with 45% of the vote, Goldie is our surprise of the season for Division 4. So congrats to Goldie on picking up that award. Now on to biggest disappointment of the season, the award that no one wants. The three nominees for this one are, again, Harry Nowag, Ramv, and Bag O' Bones. They are three nominees. In third place is Ramv. He gets 15% of the vote. 25% of the vote goes to Bag O' Bones. He's in second place, which means, unfortunately, Harry Nowag gets the Dunce Hat Award for this evening in Division 4. He gets 60% of the vote.
Well deserved.
Yeah. That's such a shame for Harry. But yeah, unfortunately, hopefully he can come back strong next season. I mean, new game, new driving model as it seems, so anything can happen. He might bounce back with, well, it would be a massive bounce back if he gets, if he's able to improve next season. We'll wait and see. On to cleanest driver. The biggest rebound, let's see. We'll wait and see. But on to the next award of the season then of this division, and that is cleanest driver of the season. So the three nominees for cleanest driver are Heated, United Bosnia, and Camel. And Camel is in third place with 10% of the vote. With 40% of the vote, and in second place is United Bosnia, which means that Heated takes home the award for cleanest driver of the season. That's his second award tonight, so congrats again to Heated on that one. The other Dunce Hat Award then to dirtiest driver of the season, and our three nominees are Sam T, Brandon, and Alt Maverick. And in third place with 15% of the vote is Sam T. I think this is the only time he'll be happy to be third in the award. Into second place in that award with 25% of the vote is Maverick, and with 60% of the vote, Brandon takes home the award for dirtiest driver of the season. And like Gary said, it's obviously all a little bit of fun. It's based a lot off of license points that happen this season as well. It's always just something to maybe aim for next season, is to at least maybe not be on the list, but we'll wait and see for next season. Move on to the penultimate award, and we've got Best Newcomer to the Division. And I think everyone knows that this one's probably going to be a little bit of a slam dunk. We had three nominees. They are Brendan, Ryan B, and United Bosnia. Ryan B, unfortunately, did not get any votes for this one. Bosnia gets 10% of the vote. He's in second place. And with 90% of the vote, it's Forza Brendan who takes the Best Newcomer to the Division award for D4. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's probably the biggest percentage award we have, apart from either winning biggest
Yeah.
instigator for D5.
Doing Ireland proud. He's doing Ireland proud.
And speaking of instigators, to the instigator for shit award for Division 4, the last award for Division 4. The three we've got in here are Goldie. Jav is a nominee, even though he was moved down to Division 5, but he spent the majority of the season in Division 4 anyway, so we put him up for that award. And Jordan is in there as well. Jordan gets 5% of the vote. He is third. Goldie gets second in the award with 40%, which means, Jav, despite not being in the division, you are the winner of the biggest instigator for shit in Division 4 with 55% of the vote. So, knowing Jav, I think he'll probably be quite happy with winning that award. But there you go. That is the final award for Division 4. Congrats to Jav on winning the biggest instigator for shit. I'm going to hand over to whoever now for Division 3. I don't know which one of you wants to take Division 3 for these awards.
Suppose I better.
Jacob, you go
Yeah,
ahead.
I suppose I better, considering that I've done the comms for majority or all of the races for Division 3 for this season.
And you'll be
So
racing there next season as well.
yeah,
So
I may as well.
Yeah.
But right, we'll start off once again with the most improved driver of the season. Our three nominees for this one are XL Bree, Mr. Old School 3000, and Rudy. In third place with 13.3% is XL Bree. In second place is our Division 3 champ of Old School D3000, as he probably like me to call him. And in first place is Rudy with 46.7% of the votes. So the Dutchman, despite getting, I think it was third in the championship, you still managed to at least win an award for tonight. So congratulations to him. I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to do next season as well. But moving over to the next award, which is the most consistent driver of the season. With the three nominees that we have, again, Old School, Raleigh, and Rudy. Again, it's going to be a lot of the same names, I think, for a lot of Division 3, if I'm honest with you. But in third place is Mr. IFR Raleigh JT. A good debut season, I must admit, especially picking up a win on his first race of the season. In second place is Rudy with 20% of the votes. And at the top, it's no surprise, it's our Division 3 champ, Old School, 73.3% of the votes. So, Mark, I think that's one. Keep a tally on them, because I think there's still quite a few to come, my friend. We move over to the next one, which is the best team duo. Of course, we have got Old School and QVR Chill. We've got XL Bree and Luco5. And we have Carmentalist and Damon. And I will say now, Carmentalist, I'm sorry, you're not taking the award for this one. In fact, you and Damon and Bree and Luke were both tied for second place with 13.3%. I think it's no surprise that Old School and Chill are the best team duo in Division 3, and I'm sure nobody else is going to argue that otherwise. Otherwise, Chill will probably come at you next. So, yeah, they will be taking the best team duo for Season 5. Moving over to the best race of the season, we of course have our three nominees of Spain, Russia, and France. Now, to be honest with you, this is quite of a shocker one. France takes third place with 20% of the votes. In second place is Spain with 33.3% of the votes, despite that massive last lap incident that happened. Russia does take the top though with 46.7% of the votes. So Russia, I must admit, it was a very entertaining race. I thought Spain could have been up there a little bit more, but I feel like Russia was a very entertaining race. So, yeah, fair enough. And congratulations to, actually, we should say the rest of the world, because otherwise we'll probably end up getting something claimed on the LOE channel. But speaking of that, we move over to the best one-off performance of the season. And of course, we have got our nominees of RJ at Russia taking his win. Caesar at Australia also taking the win, and Vapor Trench taking third place at the Bahrain International Circuit. I forgot what the name of it was then, even though it's right in front of me. But in third place is the man that finished in third place at Bahrain. It is Trench with 6.7% of the votes. He only had the one vote, and I'm assuming he may have voted for himself. In second place was Caesar with 20% of the votes at Australia, and again, no surprise, RJ taking the top spot with 73.3% of the votes at the Russian Autodrome, or the Sochi Autodrome circuit. So, congratulations, RJ. Move on over to the best qualifier of the season. We have got, once again, Old School, Rudy, and this time also Peter. And in third place, unfortunately, it is the Dutchman of Peter with 13.3% of the votes. In second place, it is Rudy with 20% of the votes. And once again, mark that one off once again for you, Mark. 66.7% of the votes go to yourself for the best qualifier of the season. Move over to the next award of the most overhyped driver of the season. And we have got Caesar, Chill, and Peter all nominated for this award. And this is actually one of the closer awards, I would probably say, of the night. We have got in third place Caesar with 26.7% of the votes. In second place is Peter with 33.3% of the votes, which means, Chill, I know you won Best Team Duo in the Constructors, but you are still the most overhyped driver of the season, even though he was probably the only one that was hyping himself up for the majority of the season. So, I suppose, congratulations for taking the most overhyped driver. Again, don't worry, there's probably a few more awards coming your way. We move over to, though, the biggest surprise of the season. Once again, a pretty close one. Same with, obviously, the last award as well. Our nominees of this being Raleigh, Bree, and Rudy. And in third place, with the biggest surprise of the season, is Bree, with 26.7% of the votes. In second place is Raleigh, with 33.3% of the votes. And, of course, taking the top spot is the Dutchman of Rudy, with 40% of the votes. Move over to what is now the biggest disappointment of the season, and I'm sure a lot of people will probably agree, including a certain someone. We have got Damon, Educk, and YHYY as the biggest disappointments of the season. Educk, I don't know how you've managed to scrape that one, but you have not gotten any votes in regards to that one, so I suppose I'd take that and run away with it. But in second place, it is YHYY with 33.3% of the votes. And as saying a certain someone, I'm sure commenter, this isn't a surprise, the biggest disappointment of the season was Mr. TTG Damon with 66.7% of the votes. But then
Wait, Damon was in D3?
he was racing somewhere.
Yeah.
But
We're
Seems
too busy
strong.
simping over Verstappen, let's be real.
Exactly. But we move over to now the cleanest driver of the season, a bit more of a light-hearted one. We have got Raleigh, Commentalist, and RJ as our three nominees. In third place, we have got Raleigh with 26.7% of the votes. In second place, we have actually got RJ with 33.3% of the votes. And Commentalist, give yourself a pat on the back. You are apparently the cleanest
Hey.
driver of the season.
I will take
Congrats.
it. I will take it. I'd pop a bottle of champagne tonight for that one.
Lovely, lovely. On a school night, but that's fine. Right, we move over to the
We're
dirtiest
too old
driver.
for school, mate. We're too old.
I'm a teacher, man.
Fair enough. But we move over to the dirtiest driver of the season award. Once again, the three nominees. Ironically, they're all Dutch, so yeah, hopefully that doesn't say anything. But
Oh,
we
no.
have got.
You just started a war.
I have, haven't I? We have got Rudy, Tim Mats, and Damon all as our nominees. Tied for second place, we have got Rudy and Tim Mats, both at 26.7% of the votes. Once again, comments list, your teammate Damon has not only picked up the biggest disappointment, but he's also picked up the dirtiest driver of the season award with 46.7%.
Cannot wait for Damon to see this. He's going to absolutely love it.
To be fair, I would love you just to record the reaction for me, because that would be very, very funny. Moving over to the penultimate award for Division 3, we have got the best newcomer to the division. Once again, our nominees being Rudy, Raleigh, and Sofian. In third place, we have got the Frenchman of Sofian. He only picked up 6.7% of the votes. In second place, we have got Raleigh with 20% of the votes. And once again, it's no surprise, Rudy, 73.3% of the votes. Again, it's no surprise that he is the best newcomer to the division, especially given Mark a run for his money. And then we move on to the final award for Division 3. And we have got the biggest instigator for shit. All three nominees of Old School, Chill, and Tim Mats. And I'm sure this is a result that a few people probably weren't expecting. They all tied for first with 33.3% of the votes to each of them.
I mean, just give it to Mark.
No, I think we should give it to Tim Mats. He hasn't won an award, so we'll probably give it to Tim Mats. But
No, I think Mark deserves it after last night, to be fair.
no, we said we're not starting any wars, Gary, so let's keep it that way. All three of them take the biggest instigator for shit. I'm sure they will. I'm sure at least two of them will take it in pride. But yeah, as I said, it's all a little bit of fun and games. If you are offended by it, you're a snowflake. Get out. Anyway,
Oof.
we move over
Wow.
to the Division 2 awards.
Uh,
Who would like to take them away then, lads?
I'm going to take us through the best division in the league. No bias whatsoever.
I agree.
Um, But you know the drill by now. Three nominations for each award, so let's get straight into it. Starting off with the most improved driver of the season, and 3 nominations are XL TDB, QVR Packer, and Ariel Ryan. In third place, Ryan hasn't managed to shithouse the win here. It's Ryan with 5.6% of the votes. In second, it is TDB with 27.8% of the votes. And probably not surprisingly, it is QVR Packer with 66.7% of the votes. So well done to him. He's shown great improvement all season long. Be interested to see how he gets on next season. Now moving on to most consistent driver of the season. The nominations are SMM or Side Max Matthews. I know I said your name wrong, Matt. You don't need to tell me. I know it's wrong. Then you have Ariel Assassin and QVR Packer. In third place, it is QVR Packer with 5.6% of the votes. The only thing he was consistent in doing was throwing away race wins because of pens. In second place, it's Assassin with 33.3% of the votes. And taking home the award, unlike the championship, it is Matt with 61.1% of the vote. So enjoy that, Matt. Bit of a consolation prize for bottling the championship, but I'm sure you'll be able to get over it. And moving on to
Guys,
the
really
best.
going for the Dutch guys.
Best team. It's Division 2. I can do it. It's fine. Best team duo of the season, and the nominations are the 2 XL boys of Larkin and J Cole. Then you have another 2 XL guys of Zylema and Noon, and then Mick Rass and VRT Falk. In third place, it is Falk and Mick Rass with 5.6% of the votes. In second, it is Zylema and Noon with 16.7%. And taking home this award with a whopping 77.8% of the votes, it is Larkin and J. Cole, or should I just say Larkin.
No.
congrats,
It's a
Jack.
team effort. It's a team effort. I don't want to hear none of that negativity. It's a team effort. We want the constructors
as
fair
Tesco
and
says-
square.
As Tesco say, every little helps. Moving on to, well, first, congrats, Jake. Congrats, Jack. Enjoy that one. Put that alongside all the rest of your awards for this season.
I will take my other award with pride.
Moving on now to the best race of the season, and the nominations were Canada, Brazil, and Singapore. All absolute banging races. And in third place, we have Singapore with 22.2%. In second, 27.8%. And taking home the prize, probably not surprising, even though it didn't have the last 5 laps, which probably were the most exciting of the season, it is Canada with a whopping 50% of the votes. Just goes to show how good of a race that was, even if for unforeseen circumstances the race wasn't able to see or be streamed to the end, which is a shame, but still managed to take home the best race of the season. And now moving on to the best one-off performance. The nominations are Arcolo at Spain, Dylan at Monaco, and TDB at Britain. TDB didn't pick up any votes for this award, so he will automatically be third place. And in second place, it is Arcolo with 27.8%, and a whopping 72.2% of the votes, it is XL Dylan at Monaco. Well done. The only race this season he drove with hands, it seemed. But congrats on that award, and a bit of consolation for his poor season, I guess. Moving on now to best qualifier of the season. Nominations are XL Noon, Arcolo, and Doom. I'm quite surprised with this one, to be honest. Doom didn't pick up any votes, so he'll automatically be third place. And then in second, with 16.7% of the votes, XL Noon. And taking home the awards with a whopping 83.3% of the votes, it is Arcolo. Well done, congrats to Arcolo. Great qualifier, really good. I just thought Jake would have got it personally because he was more consistent in the top 10, I think, than Arcolo, but nonetheless, Arcolo, he either qualified right at the front or right at the back. There was no in between with him, but congrats on that one. And we'll move on to the next one, the biggest disappointment of the season. I've managed to slither my way out of this one, can't complain. The nominations are Rickarich, of course, Season 4 champion, XL Dylan, and Doom. In third place, it is Dylan with 16.7% of the votes. In second, it is Rick with 22.2%. And taking home probably the one award that no one wants is June with 61.1% of the votes. Disappointing season for him, for June. I think he'll say that himself. Hopefully he can bounce back next season on the new game, show what he's really capable of. And we move on now to the most overhyped driver of the season. Nominations are XL Gary, myself, MMA Slash, and Arcolo. In third place, with 5.6% of the votes, it is Slash. In second, it is Arcolo with 11.1%. And taking home the award, I'm very honoured, with a whopping 83.3% of the votes. It's me. I'm going to take a leaf out of my...
Congratulations.
yeah, thank you. I'm going to take a leaf out of my Sandals teammate, Nolan. I'm just going to embrace this award. So I'd like to thank everyone who voted for me. This is a
Fully
big honour for my...
deserved.
Yeah, huge reserve for me.
Fully deserved.
Yeah, we're going to quickly move on because I can't be arsed with these. It's just ridiculous. So stupid. So who made these awards, honestly? Yeah, we'll move on to the biggest surprise of the season. And the nominations are QVR Packer, XL TDB, and XL Larkin. In third place is the champion, the D2 champ XL Larkin, with 16.7% of the votes. So I guess it wasn't a surprise that he went on to win the championship, people thought. In second is QVR Parker with 33.3%, and taking the award with 50% of the votes is XL TDB. I think that's no complaints there. I think TDB really, once he got moved up to D3, he really showed. He was always near top 6 nearly every race in D2, so he's one to keep an eye on the next game. Moving on now to cleanest driver of the season. We have the nominations of Matt, Rick, Rich, and XL Noon. In third place, it is Matt with joint second place is Matt with 27.8 and Rick with 27.8, meaning the winner for cleanest driver season goes to XL Noon with 44.4% of the vote. So congratulations to him. Moving on now to the dirtiest driver of the season, and the nominations are Ryan, Nolan, and Falk. I'll let people guess already. I think they probably know. It's quite obvious who's got this award. But in third place, it is Ryan with 11.1%. In second is Falk with 38.9%. Meaning, Ariel Nolan takes home the dirtiest driver of the season. Well done, mate. Fully deserved. With 50% of the votes. I know he'll embrace it very well.
I was going to say, I'm sure he'll be very happy with that. I don't think he'll have any complaints.
He'll find a place on the metal piece for it, and he'll show it off proudly. And moving on now to the best newcomer to the division, we have Ariel Assassin, XL TDB, and XL J Cole as the nominations here. In third place, it is XL J Cole, who voted for himself with 5.6% of the votes.
I don't know how I was there. I really don't.
In second, it is Ariel Assassin with 38.9% of the votes. And taking home the award, it is XL TDB with 55.6% of the votes. He had a great season, and he's topped it off with 2 awards. And we'll move on to the biggest instigator for shit for Division 2. Myself has been nominated, Nolan and Ryan. We want to get into a beef with these guys, to be honest. I think it'd be quite interesting. But in third place, it is myself with 27.8. Thank God, no one take this award.
Rigged.
In second, it is it is Ryan with 33.3%. Meaning Nolan's done a clean sweep. It's 2 for 2. Probably 2 awards you don't want, with 38.9% of the votes. Nolan takes home the biggest instigator for shit. And I'm sure he'll find place for those 2 awards on his mantelpiece and show them off with great affection. But that rounds off the awards for Division 2. I'm going to give it back now to Aidan to go through the Division 1 awards.
Yes, I get the coveted Division 1. I get the well, I would say the best division, but we both two of us just said that it's not. So
I think
we'll
we
go
could all
for
agree.
the top
We could
division.
all agree Division 2 is the best one.
Sorry to everyone in Division 1, but it's the truth. Anyway, we'll move on to the awards for Division 1 then. And first award is Most Improved Driver. So the 3 nominees for this one were Daniel, M. Short, and Nathan. And in third place in this award, somehow, is Daniel. He's in third with 15.8% of the vote. In second place, with 26.3% of the vote, is Nathan, which means that by 57.9% of the vote, M Short is our most improved driver of the season. And I'm going to say that I'm a little bit surprised at that one. I would have thought Daniel would have won that one. But anyway, we'll leave my opinions for another time. We'll move on to most consistent driver of the season. And our 3 nominees for this one were Montana, Verstappen, and M Short. And we've got a joint winner for this one. So sadly, the third place award goes to M Short with 26.3% of the vote. Montana and Verstappen, joint winners for most consistent driver of the season with 36.8% of the vote equally. So congratulations to you two. You can share the award in whichever way you wish, I guess. 3 days at one house and 4 days at another, and alternating weeks. On to best team duo of the season. So we've actually got 4 nominees for this award for the best team duo for this one. So the 4 nominees are QVR Verstappen and QVR Campbell, NSX Montana and Daniel, Alphatrix and Connor, and M Short and Neo. They are our 4 nominees. Alphatrix, Connor, M Short and Neo all scored only 5.3% of the vote between the two of them, and the second place team for the season is the QVR pair of Verstappen and Campbell with 42.1% of the vote, meaning the winners of the best team duo of the season with 47.4% of the vote are Montana and Daniel. So another award that Montana can share with another person. There you go. Congratulations to you two for that one. Moving on to a race of the season, and this is another one where you've got actually a joint winner. So the 3 nominees were Austria, Italy, and China. I think Austria and Italy have almost been nominated in every single division.
Yeah,
I think
they
it's
have,
just something about those tracks. And it's actually China that ends up being third with 26.3% of the vote, meaning Austria and Italy are our joint winners for Division 1 this season with 36.8% of the vote. They are our joint winners for best race of the season. There's something about D1 and being joint best. You can't seem to simply win an award on your own, it seems, at the moment. Anyway, moving on to best one-off performance of the season. Our 3 nominees are Nathan for his win at China, just as his win at Belgium, and Jules Bream at Bahrain. So third place goes to Jules Bream with 21.1% of the vote. Just as gets 26% of the vote for his performance at Belgium, meaning that the unlikely and frankly rigged win, I would say, at China for Nathan is the winner of the best one-off performance for the season. So congrats to Nathan for that win of that award. On to best.
Can we just cut that out? Can we just cut that one out? Just pretend it didn't happen.
Sorry, it glitched. Corrupt footage. We'll have to move on to the
Quite
next
like
one.
his
That's
Wi-Fi.
Anyway, moving on to best qualifier of the season. Our 3 nominees are Montana, no surprise, M Short, no surprise, and Alphatrix. And unfortunately, Alphatrix didn't get any votes for this one, sadly, so he'll get third place by default. Second place goes to M Short with 31.6% of the vote, meaning our Division 1 champion Montana gets the award for best qualifier of the season. That's the first award he gets that he doesn't have to share with anybody else. So congrats to you, Montana, for that award. Moving on to biggest disappointment of the season, and the three nominees for this one are Cohen, Alphatrix, and Cookie Games. Cohen goes into third place with that one with 10.5% of the vote, ahead of Cookie Games, who gets 26.3% of the vote. And I think, sadly, no surprise, Alphatrix gets the winner of the biggest disappointment of the season with 63.2% of the vote. Hopefully he can bounce back nicely next season. That will be great to see. Moving on to the most overhyped driver of the season. And our 3 nominees are Connor, Cookie Games, and Vaporizer. And in third place in this award is Vaporizer with 15.8% of the vote. Second place goes to Cookie Games with 31.6% of the vote. And Connor is the winner of the most overhyped driver of the season with 52.6% of the vote. And I think I may be partly to do with some of that overhyping. I did predict Connor for the championship before the season started, so I may have cursed you there, mate. Apologies for that one. Apologies for that one. We'll move on to the next award, which is the surprise of the season. And the 3 nominees for the surprise of the season are Daniel, Just As, and Jiao Jiao. In third place with 8.3% of the vote on that end is Jiao Jiao. Second place goes to Just As with 25% of the vote, and the winner of the surprise of the season with 66.7% of the vote is Daniel. And I think we'd probably all agree on that one. That one is no surprise either. Congratulations to Daniel on that one. What a great debut. That's a debut season in D1 as well, isn't it? What a great debut season for him in D1 that one was. Brilliant stuff from him. Anyway, Moving on to the cleanest driver of the season, and the 3 nominees for the cleanest driver of the season are XL Neo, QVR Verstappen, and QVR. I said Cohen earlier on, it's Kuhn, isn't it? That's how you pronounce it. Anyway, moving on. Third place in that award is Kuhn, with 10.5% of the vote. Second place goes to Neo, with 36.8% of the vote. And the winner of the cleanest driver of the season is QVR Verstappen. So congrats to Verstappen on that one. Another great season for him as well. So with 52.6% of the vote, you are the winner of the cleanest driver of the season. The next award is the dirtiest driver of the season, the other Dunce Hat Award, sadly, and the 3 nominees are Connor, Cookie, and Jill Bream. So with 8.3% of the vote, Cookie is in third place for that award. Second place for the dirtiest driver of the season goes to Connor with 33.3% of the vote, and the winner with 58.3% of the vote for dirtiest driver of the season is Jill Bream. So apologies, commiserations, Jill Bream. You win the dirtiest driver of the season award. Okay, we've only got 2 more awards to go for D1. So the penultimate award is the best newcomer to the division. So the 3 nominees are Zhao Zhao, Iwan, and Jill Bream. In third place in the best newcomer category is Iwan with 5.3% of the vote. Second place goes to Jill Bream with 42.1% of the vote, and the winner of the best newcomer of the season is Zhao Zhao, who I think I picked up maybe a win this season, but I think that's absolutely fully deserved from him. Congratulations, Zhao Zhao, for that win for best newcomer. And finally, on to the biggest instigator for shit, and I have a feeling that this award might cause some more instigating for shit in the Discord a little bit later on. We will wait and see. But the 3 nominees for this award are Montana, Rocco, and M. Short. I think we'll all agree. No surprise with those 3 nominees. The joint second place goes to Rocco and M. Short on 26.3% of the vote. So I will wince as I say this. Montana, you are the winner of the biggest instigator for shit award with 47.4% of the vote. So congrats, Montana, I guess, for winner of the biggest instigator for shit for D1. Please don't hurt me. Anyway, that is all of the Division 1 awards over and done with. So I guess we're moving on to the final awards. We'll hand it back over to one of you guys for the final awards.
Yeah, I suppose we better. We'll move over actually to one that we usually do. Well, I suppose we usually do. It's to give the commentators a bit of shine as well. We have got the Commentator of the Season award. So, of course, all of the commentators that have been nominated are, of course, King Kodiak, Badgerman, Hamish, James Head, Vatefield, Noon, myself, Commentalist, Tin Can, Alt Maverick, Gary, Packer, and Old School 3000. I'm only going to read out the top 3 because I'm not going to read what everyone's percenters out of untold amount of responses. So in third place, we have got, as I just scan through, we have got Vatefield with 15.9% of the votes. In second place is actually Carmentalist with 19% of the votes. And in first place, it is, of course, Mr. Bang Bang Bang, 3 shots to the heart. It is our Division 1 main commentator of James Head taking the commentator of the season. And I think that is the second one that he has taken, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure if Daka took it last season or it was James. I cannot remember, but
I think
James,
it was Daka. I think he won the season before, though. I think because Daka won last season.
Yeah,
so I think
the
it's
season before.
Yeah.
That was it, yes. So, congratulations to Mr. James Head. You are the commentator of the season.
They're all legends anyway. Just like I said, they're all legends. Like,
Yeah.
they're all my babes, as I call them. I call them every Saturday. I call them my babes. They're my babes. And their work doesn't go unnoticed. They're all great for the league, and I say all the time, without these guys, can't highlight how great racing we have. So they're all very much appreciated.
Of course. Shall we do this one at a time? Who wants to take the best new commentator of the season then?
I guess I'll do it since I'm obviously up for a nomination because I'm that good. But we have King Kodak, Badgerman, Hamish, QVR Packer, myself, Tin Can, and Noon as the nominations. And like Jake Hall, we'll just go through the top 3 nominations. So in third place, we have a joint third place. No way. So third place is myself with 15.9% of the votes. In joint second, we have both XL Noon and QVR Parker with 17.5% of the votes, meaning taking home the prestigious award of best new commentator of the season. It is King Kodak, of course, from the PC side with 28.6% of the vote, and I don't think there can be any argument with that
No.
one.
If you haven't already, please go and watch the PC side of it. King Kodiak's commentary is absolutely sublime. So, yeah, fully deserved, I would say.
100%.
Definitely. Yeah, and we'll hand it over now to Aiden to take us through the final award of the award ceremony.
I'm getting all the good awards tonight. Thanks, guys. I thought it was going to be a baptism of fire, but no, it's a nice old it's a good old debut awards for me. Champion of Champions, obviously the same every season, so every champion from each division is nominated for the Champion of Champions award. So our 6 nominees this season are Montana, Larkin, Old School, Forza Brendan, Slayer, and Wellho from the PC side. And in joint second place for the Champion of Champions is Larkin, our D2 champion, and surprisingly, Montana, our D1 champion for this season. They are joint second place, meaning this might be the first time in a long time that someone that isn't in Division 1 has won the Champion of Champions awards. But Old School D3000, you are our Champion of Champions this season with 27% of the vote. Our D3 champion is our champions in League of Europe, and I can't remember the last time that it was at Montana that won that award.
Honestly.
So
I think that's
Old
the
School has
first
broken the
time.
curse.
Yeah, I think that's
I think
the
it
first
is.
time
First
that
time.
we've not seen a Division 1 driver take the Champion of Champions.
Yeah, that's mad. So well done to Mark for breaking the mold and starting a new trend. D3 champ, so congrats to him. Yeah, I've never seen that before. All 5 seasons of I don't know. I think we've done 5 seasons of awards. Definitely, at least 4. I think.
Yes,
We've
yes,
definitely
Gary.
done 4
Yes.
seasons. Yeah, we've done 5. Yes, we've done 5. Yeah, but yeah. So that's never happened before. So congrats to Mark on that one.
Well, that is all of the awards that have been given out. Please, guys, stop asking us about Season 6. It's on the new game. We are doing
Alright, let's wrap this up.
Trust me,
Let's wrap it up.
we're doing
Football's on,
everything
let's
we
wrap it
can. We're doing everything we can to get Season 6 on the way for you guys. And trust me, as soon as that new game is out, we're going to be testing out as much as we possibly can and trying to make sure that we get it right for everyone as well. So, yeah, the award ceremony is all done. Hopefully, the next video that you'll be seeing from ourselves, if it's not any sort of race on the ACC side or the F2 side, which I think F2 is actually going to be starting on the next game as well, so just on the ACC side, you will hopefully be seeing the announcement for Season 6. So, comment to this. Gary, have you boys got anything left to say for the award ceremony for tonight?
Just well done to everyone that's got awarded or even nominated. A lot of drivers in this league now is getting bigger every season, so even just getting a nomination is great, and it's great to see the immersion that everyone's put in this season with the newcomers and the new champions and stuff like that. So it's great, and yeah, congrats to Carmentis on his first award ceremony. He did a great job, I think. Can we add in some sound effects, some applause, please, for Aiden?
Made it through without too many mess ups with vocab, but yeah, I'm just gonna echo what Gary says. It's been Season 5 has been absolutely amazing to be racing and commentating on, and just great to see the community really integrating well with one another, and can't wait for Season 6 as well. And I'm just going to do my shameless plug. Everyone sign up for ACC in the meantime, please.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Again, I'm also going to echo what these boys have both said. To the guys that have all been nominated, obviously congratulations to you, and the ones that have won the awards, also big congratulations. I will take my 2 awards with pride. As Gary says, with Tesco, every little helps. So I will happily take my awards as they are. Of course, make sure that you guys do sign up if you are interested on the ACC PS4 side. I'm sure the sign-ups are still going. Dirt Rallycross sign-ups have also just gone live, I believe.
Yes.
So make sure you guys do
Yes.
sign up for that one. Yeah, I'm sure Season 6 won't be the only 6 that we will be seeing next season. Take that how you will. But yeah, thank you to everybody for watching the award ceremony for tonight. And hopefully we will catch you guys for season number 6.
Once you win it, and you've got to go all the way to the end.
Lando into the final corner. His first win of the championship. Lando across the line to win in China.
Because you commit yourself to such a level where there is no compromise. You give everything you have.
The strategy paid off. He had one of the best hits I've ever seen on the medium tires. Nick Vildellen wins the Monaco Grand Prix.
Deep into the final chicane. Rudy's trying to go for it on the inside. There's still both wheels involved. Megan Wills, old school's gone round.
Oh my word!
And you need more than anything a very clear mind to understand exactly when is the moment to be aggressive, when is the moment to be calculated.
He spun. Of Brendan's spun.
Oh, wing damage. Oh, Brendan's out.
He's down a race. Oh my god, he's down a race.
When you are under a lot of pressure, in a critical moment, in a championship or in a particular race, it's the one that can put together the combination between aggressivity and calculating things that will get the best result.